take two because it didn't record the first time. Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. So if you've watched my last few videos, you know that I recently started university. So over the past week I've been filming a few clips throughout my day, and so I put it together to make a vlog of my first week at university. So before the video starts, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I do make new videos every Monday, and I promise you they're not all as long as this one. So day one. So my first day of university was Thursday, September 7th. So I woke up and I took the bus to school and I went to my first class. Everything went well, and then I went to my second class, and I'm going to show you a clip that I took before/during my second class because my second class kind of sort of didn't really happen.
Okay, so I had one class today already, and it started at 8:30, meaning I had to wake up at 6 in order to catch the bus that would get to my school on time. I actually got to school like 35 minutes before the start of my class, but it's better to be early than late. So I got to school on time. It was supposed to be a 3-hour lecture, but it was only like 2 hours because there wasn't really much to cover because it was the first day. And then, so my next class started at 2:45, and I finished that class at like 10:30. So I just had a bunch of time to kill because I had like, how many hours? Like 5. So I went, got my student card, went to like one of the student services for help for something, and I went to the track coach to talk about track, signed up for the track team, all that stuff. And then so the time comes for me to come to my class, and I come over here and no one's here. The teacher's not here, no students. Like, there were 3 other girls who were waiting outside the class, and then they left because the teacher didn't show. So the class, they say the class was supposed to, trying to speak too fast. They say the class was supposed to start at 2:30. I thought it was 2:45. So I got here for 2:45. I don't know if I was late or they were early, but nevertheless, it's like, I don't know, 3 o'clock right now, and no one's here because the other 3 girls left. So I'm the only one here, and apparently the teacher's not showing up. Today was supposed to be a tutorial. Like, it's a class that's split into 2 days. So like, today's Thursday, so Tuesday is the lecture, and then Thursdays are the tutorials, right? And so today's the first day of school, so we started midweek or like at the end of the week, right? So we didn't have a lecture, so I guess there's nothing to do in the tutorial. But I'm like, you should have said that, or else I wouldn't be waiting here for 6 hours for my next class, or 5 hours, or whatever the math is. So yeah, I still have to stay though because there's like a track meeting at 4 that I have to go to. So I'm just sitting here. I've been at school since 8:30, finished my first class at 10:30, and now it's almost 3, but I have to stay at school till 4 because of other stuff. Like, this is ridiculous. Plus it's gonna take me like an hour and a half to get back home because I'm taking the bus. So not a particularly fun day. My first class was good though. There was a lot of good discussion. It was a administrative studies class, which is business, which is what I'm doing. So it was interesting. We just kind of like did a course overview and stuff, but like we had like short little discussions about stuff, and it was really good. But like, the day's not ending the best.
And so that was basically my first day. This is the outfit that I wore on the first day of school. And ever since I bought my new lens for my camera, I've been taking one Instagram picture and posting it every single day. So if you want to see more pictures, be sure to check me out on Instagram. So then day 2 was Friday, September 8th. And I took the bus to school, and then I had my economics class, and we didn't really do anything. It was supposed to be a 3-hour lecture, but then we didn't really do a lecture because there was nothing much to do since it was the first day. But it still was a 3-hour long class, and basically the whole time my teacher read us the course outline. which was about 11 pages. I don't know why it took 3 hours to read 11 pages, but that is what happened. And then I took the bus home, and this is the outfit that I wore on Friday. So then my third day of school was Monday, September 11th, which was last week Monday. And so I had an evening class, and so during the day I uploaded my video and stuff, and then I went to track practice at 4 and then went to my class at 7, and then I took the bus home, and then this is a clip that I took when I got home.
Okay, so I'm home right now. I only had one class today, which was at 7, but I had to reach school by 4 because there was a track meeting, and so I went by 4. By about like 5:20 we were on the track, and we basically just did a warm-up today to like show like what a university warm-up is like. And then that finished, and then I went to my human anatomy class, which was supposed to be a 2-hour lecture, but it was only half an hour long. But in that half an hour, my teacher told us that like one of the labs we have to do, like there's one day is a lecture and then the next day is a lab. And so one of the labs, like later on in the year, we have to dissect a cat. I have a pet cat and I'm not about dissecting one. I did not sign up for that. Like, it's called human anatomy. Like, not cat anatomy. Like let me just go on the internet and read you the description. Sorry, my phone died. So, let me read you the description of this course. An introductory course on the structure and function of the human body, specifically oriented towards the needs of students in fine arts. Body systems are studied from anatomical, physiological, and biomechanical perspectives. Included as well are ongoing references in nutrition, athletic injuries, and health and wellness. So I'm thinking this is like, I'm an athlete, right? So I'm thinking that this is like relevant to me. But like apparently, like other than the whole dissecting cats thing, which obviously wasn't in the course description, but like there's also like the course is like you need to learn about like the skeletal system and stuff like that, which I kind of expected. But like there's like nothing in there about like nutrition and athletic injuries and health and wellness. Like it's like for the first part of the course you have to learn bones of the body, and then you're gonna have a lab test where they're just gonna put like 20 bones, and then you have 20 minutes to identify them all and like say like what they are, where they are in the body, and like whether it's like the right or left. So it's like if I see a thumb bone, I have to know that it's supposed to go in my right hand and not my left hand. And I'm like, that was on the course description. So you're getting a bunch of people who are signing up for something and they read the course description, but then you're not giving them what you described. So you're basically tricking people into taking your class. And it's like, no, like, whew. And I have been online trying to find a different class that I can switch into, but like I already have all my other classes picked, and so far I like my classes. Today's only Monday and I started classes on Thursday, and I don't have school on Wednesday, so tomorrow is like my last day of classes, which will make the full week. And like so far everything's good, so I don't want to switch anything else. But all the other natural science courses either clash with something I already have, or they're full because the school year already started. So I need to like wait for people to drop out or something. So drop out of other courses that I'm thinking about taking. So yeah, hopefully by like next Monday I won't be in this class anymore, because I'm really trying not to be. Like tomorrow
is, sorry if the camera keeps going down, down, down. My arm is getting tired. Anyways, tomorrow is supposed to be our first lab. Like, no, we're not dissecting anything tomorrow. But, like, I'm not trying to be taking this class next week. So, we're going to see how that turns out. So, a little bit of an update. Yes, I did switch out of that class. I am no longer in human anatomy. I switched into weather and climate. No, it is not the funnest thing ever, but at least I won't have to dissect my pet. And this is the outfit that I wore on Monday. Moving on to day 4 was Tuesday, September 12th. And so in the morning I had this class that is called the Fairy Tale Grimm to Disney, and so it basically compares and contrasts the two. And before school started, like, that is the class that I was most looking forward to, and so far it has lived up to its expectations, so that is really awesome. And after that I had the lab for my human anatomy course, because at this point in time I hadn't switched out yet. So Mondays were lectures and Tuesdays were labs. So the day prior, during the lecture, he told us that the lab was going to be in a different building, and that particular building was having construction done on it, so you weren't allowed to enter at the main level. You had to enter through the basement, and the classroom was in the basement anyway. So he's like, instead of entering on the main level and like going through all the construction stuff, just enter from the basement. So he's like, yeah, you need to like walk around here and go through there and go past this and then go over that, and like it was really confusing. But I did find the building, and then I did walk down a hill so that I was like in level with the basement. And then I realized that there were like 7 different basement entrances. So then I just picked one and then I went in. And when I went in, it was like, I know he said that the building was under construction, but he said the first level was under construction. When I walked into the basement, I felt like I was in an abandoned building. I no longer felt like I was on school property. Like, I felt like I had just broken in somewhere. I felt like I was trespassing. I felt like I was somewhere where I was not supposed to be. And so I'm just like walking around, wandering, trying to find my class. But the thing is, since the building was under construction, there were no numbers on the doors. So it's like I was looking for class 24. But if there's no number on the door, I don't know if I'm at class 1 or class 627. I don't know where I am. So I'm just like walking around, wandering through the halls, and these halls are abandoned, by the way. No one is in the classrooms, no one is in the halls. So I'm like, all I have to do is walk around and then find a classroom with people in it, because obviously that's the only class going on in this building right now. So I'm walking around by myself through these halls, and it was like so sketchy. Like, some rooms, like the ceiling was open and there was no light in this room, or flickering lights in this room, and it was just so sketchy. So I'm just walking around, and then I bumped into this girl, and she was looking for the class that I was looking for. So then we started walking around together through this maze of abandonment, and we couldn't find it. Then we bumped into this guy, and he was also looking for the class. So then the 3 of us are walking around in the basement of this building trying to find it, and what? Nothing was found. But we all had a class, and so we're like, we don't want him to think we're skipping. We're like, maybe we're dumb. Maybe everyone else found it and we just haven't. So then what we did is, like, we took pictures of like the surroundings, and I took a short video clip of what everything looked like, which I probably already showed you. But yeah, that way we could show him, yeah, we were here. It's just that it's impossible to find anything. And so, like, the clips that you saw, that's probably like 1/8 of how bad it was. Like, literally, I was wandering around for about 20-25 minutes. So I was wandering around for maybe like 10-15 minutes by myself, and then like 5-10 minutes with the other 2 people that I happened to run into. But like before, when I was walking around by myself, I'm like, please don't let someone jump out and murder me. Like I was honestly and truly afraid. Like I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but why is there nobody in this building? Like when you're outside, it's lively, there's hundreds of kids walking around talking. Right as you enter, it's quiet. There's no cell reception. There's no Wi-Fi. Like right as you walked into that basement, you were completely disconnected. And I was like, what is going on here? I'm not trying to die today. I've been in university for 4 days. I don't want this to be the end for me. But as you can see, I'm filming this, so I got out alive. Thank you, Lord. And this is the outfit that I wore on Tuesday. Then the next day, Wednesday, I actually don't have class on Wednesdays, so then that brings us to day 5, which was Thursday. So by Thursday, I had switched out of that terrible course, which I'm very happy about, because on day 1 of human anatomy, I find out I have to dissect a cat, and on day 2, I end up in a virtually abandoned building. So yeah, I switched out of that real quick. So by Thursday, I had switched out, and I was now in weather and climate. And so weather and climate was taking place on Thursday. So now we've done one full week. So the previous Thursday was when I woken up early and then I went to that class and no one showed up. Well, this Thursday I woke up early, went to my first class, everything was good. Went to my second class, people actually showed up that time, yay. Then I went to track practice, and then I went to my weather and climate course. It was not the most fun thing.
An ongoing challenge in the area of atmospheric science, but it's by no means a well figured out thing. So here's a question for you.
And now this is a clip that I took once I got home.
Okay, so I'm home now, and so it's like 11:50. I got home maybe like just before 11. Yeah, today was a really long day. I had to wake up at 6:30, catch the bus for 7:30, and then my lecture was supposed to end at 10 today, but it ended at 9:30. So then I had to like speed walk to the bus loop to get there for 9:40, because if I missed the 9:40 bus, then I would have had to wait till 10:10, which I wasn't trying to do. So, yeah, the reason why I couldn't run is because for the past few days I've been, like, training with the track team at our school, and tomorrow is, like, the official tryout, to see if, like, well, tomorrow's the first tryout to see if you make the cut. So they're making cuts tomorrow, and my right quad is killing me. Over the past few days, both of my quads and the bottoms of both of my feet were killing me. Now it's just like this little part, like probably like this much on my right quad. So hopefully that's gone by tomorrow so that I can do the tryout to my fullest. Yeah, but the tryout starts at 1:30, but okay, change of background because my phone just died and now I have it plugged in. But, yeah, so the tryout starts at 1:30, but I have a class till 2:30, so I'm going to be a little late. But I talked to one of the captains of the team, and she said it was alright, so I'll just do my tryout a little bit later than everyone else. But yeah, so I said that I took the bus to and from school, which I've been doing for the past week. But today, when I was on my way home, so I don't just like sit on the bus, I usually listen to music. So you know how usually when you have your earbuds in public, you usually like take your earbuds out and like listen to see how loud they are to see if anyone else can hear it? Yeah, so I usually do that all the time. Tonight was the only time that I didn't do it, and then apparently everyone could hear it, or at least the bus driver could, so I was sitting like in the second row of seats. And so you know how there's like seats here, and then a row down the middle? So we get to a stoplight, and then the bus driver puts the bus in park and then starts walking up the aisle. And at the time I didn't know what he was doing, but now I realized that he was trying to figure out where the music was coming from, because I wasn't the only person on the bus. So it's like he wanted to know like whose phone or whose earbuds the music was coming from. So he stops at this red light and leaves the driver's seat. So then I'm like, excuse me, what are you doing? So then he's like walking past me. So then I look back, and then he like pats me on the shoulder, and he's like, it's okay. And I'm like, okay. Then we got to like another stoplight, and then he gets up, and then he tells me that my music is too loud and I need to turn it down. And I'm like, wait, okay. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, I'll turn it down. But I'm like, the first time you were standing right beside me, and like you said like it's all good, and now I have to turn it down. I don't even know, because no one else was complaining. But like honestly, at least now everyone on that bus knows that I have very good music taste. So it's not really a bad thing. But yeah, so that happened. And yeah, I don't know. It was just weird. I don't really take, like this past week is like the first time where I've like consistently taken public transit. But in the week that I've been taking public transit, I have never had a bus driver just like get up out of their seat because of music or for anything. They usually stay in their driver's seat because, I don't know, that's what drivers are supposed to do. So anyways, I thought that was weird and strange, and no one else was complaining about my music, so I don't know why it bothered him so much. But anyways, I've been talking for 3 minutes and 33 seconds for this clip at least, because I had another clip before this. But yeah, I think I'm done now.
And so yeah, that was basically Thursday. Kind of sort of weird. It was a very long day. I woke up at 6:30, didn't get home till almost midnight. But yeah, and this is the outfit that I wore on Thursday. So then that brings us to day 6, which is Friday, September 15th. And so that day I woke up, went to my economics class. Once again, that class was kind of boring-ish. No one really knew what was going on. People beside me were like, do you know what's going on? And I was like, no, do you know what's going on? And they're like, no. And I take comfort in knowing that I'm not the only one that didn't know what was going on. So then after that, I went to track tryouts, and this is a clip I took once I got home.
So it's 11:56 p.m. right now. I've been home for hours. I got home at around like 5:15ish. As you can tell by the sniffling, I have a cold. And so basically what happened after class today is there was a tryout for the track team. And I think I did pretty well, despite the fact that I'm like dying and can barely breathe, and my quads have been hurting me from the past few days of training, but I still think I did pretty well, so hopefully I make the first cut. Yeah, so that's pretty much been my first week and a bit of university. But one thing that I noticed, that even though I'm in university, it's something that's still a constant. One thing that is not new. People still think I'm older than I am. Like, I don't see it, but apparently everyone else does. I'm 18, but apparently people don't see that. Like, ever since I was like maybe like 14 or 15, people asked me what university I went to. So then now that I'm in university, I'm like, okay, like people are gonna think that I'm a university student, and I am. But like people legit think I'm like a senior or something, and I'm like, excuse me, I started last week. I don't know anything. Like people come up to me and they're like, oh, can you tell me how to get here? I'm like, I'm a freshman too. I don't know how to get there. And they're like, what?
"You're a freshman?" I'm like, "Yep." They're like, "Oh, you don't look like it." And I'm like, so I've been told my whole entire life. And people will like be asking me what bus to take. They're like, "Oh, does the 37 bus come here?" Does it look like I know your bus route? Like, even when I am a senior, I only take one bus. Like, I don't have to transfer or anything. The bus that I take goes straight to my school and then straight to my house, or straight to a location where my dad then picks me up and brings me home. So it's like I don't transfer buses. So it's like even if I was a senior, I can't tell you which bus to take. But anyways, people kept asking me questions, asked me how to get here, how to go there, what's the fastest route to this building. I have literally been using my GPS to get around campus because, like, the campus, like, each building has its own name, right? So if you go into the Maps app on your phone and you type in the name of that building, it will give you walking directions to that building. So that is legit how I have been finding my classes. And then some of my classes, like, the building is right as I get off the bus. So it's like all my classes are like in this part of campus, like right here. And then I have to go to the, like, not other side, but like further away for track. But that's pretty much it. So I only know like 3 different hallways and like 3 different like walkways outside to get to places. If I have to go somewhere new, I use my GPS because I don't know where I'm going. So yeah, that's a constant. I still apparently look older than I am. I'm only 18, but apparently people think I'm like 21. I don't get it, but apparently everyone else in the world does. But yeah. And so a little bit of an update, I did make the first cut for the varsity team, and so they will be doing further cuts. We're gonna have 2 meets, and then I guess if you don't meet the expectation, then you will be cut after that. But if everyone meets the expectation, then I guess there won't be any more cuts. But yeah, so I have made the first cut, so that is great. And this is the outfit that I wore on Friday. And so now it is Monday and it is 7:48 p.m. but I no longer have an evening class since I switched out of human anatomy. So now I don't have class on Mondays or Wednesdays. So I only have 3-day school weeks, and technically every weekend is a 3-day weekend for me because Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So that's pretty awesome if you ask me. So yeah, that was basically my first week at university. I know that this video was very long, but I managed to squeeze 6 days of stuff into however long this video is going to be. So if you think about it that way, this video was actually pretty short. Anyways, I just wanted to make this video because I wanted to see my transition from high school to university, and honestly, it's just bigger. That's really the only difference. Like when I went from elementary school to high school, there were so many more kids, and my high school had 2 campuses, so it was hard to get around. Now I'm in university, and it just kind of feels like grade 9 all over again, except with more people. So yeah, and I know that I said quite a few bad stuff that did happen, but good stuff happened too. I met some cool people. I met some people on the track team, and there were some people on the track team who, like, I do club track, and I met some people who I compete against in club. They go to the same school as me now, so I know some of them. So I have some friends on the track team. I met some new people on the track team. I met some new people in my classes, and so yes, there was some bad, but there was also some good, and I met some really awesome people, and I will continue to meet new people. Like, I've met at least 2 or 3 new people every single day, so I have like so many new names to remember. But yeah, honestly, university, the transition, maybe it's because I still live at home and I don't live on my own, but honestly, for me personally, the transition wasn't as bad as I thought. But that is all for this week's video. I know it's extremely long. If you made it to the end, You are a real one, and I appreciate you. But yeah, that is all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video.